Hey guys, and welcome back to our Korea. So got the Goryeo campaign where we started as a Korea with a goal of playing extremely tall. You can see so far in the 1400 we've got 840 of the base stacks, and we're on a good way to keep scaling that with 250 of positive balance. I will continue doing so today. Really looking forward for the institutions. You see, this is where is the Renaissance, banking, and professional armies. They are arriving to India, and once they arrive to India, we have a chance of getting it to ourselves. That's gonna take time. Same if we're really looking forward to get the new world, to actually explore the new world as the Korea. I actually want to make our capital a megalopolis. That's why I'm gonna start encouraging the migration there. We're very far away. We need 400,000 to make it a megalopolis. It's 80,000, but it does have 100 of wealth already. How about we save some money? It's more like we have to save the sailors to start exploring towards the north. With the money that I'm having, I'll keep investing that into creating cities around the place. I'm not investing into more towns for now because the locations that are still rural, they have either have a really good like silver or gold, or they don't have enough population yet, and I want to keep scaling it before I create an urban location there. Make sure to check the partner of this channel, so Anaba.com, for the much discounted prices for the games, DLCs, and the gift cards, like for example Gothic Remake, but also thousands and thousands of other very known games. Make sure to use the code in the video description to get additional 7% off. We finally have a queen on the throne, which is important because there will be a few interesting events about to be taken that will be useful, but the requirement is to have a king. Like, I'll need the rise of the No-Confucians to then get the Samsa system, which will give me the Samsa system guarantee form that, as you see, gives not only the cabinet efficiency but also a cabinet seat. It looks like the choice between the Gwak Hank, which gives innovative and efficiency of the cabinet, and Zlewikk, it can be chosen for every single ruler, and obviously we're gonna keep getting the innovativeness and efficiency. There's the rise of the No-Confucians. It will turn out good. In the meantime, simply by investing into RGOs, we are already at 300 of positive balance and 920 of the base stacks. And at this point, actually, all the urban locations that have 30,000 of population, they will be already cities. And we fit 3 million of population. And there goes the Samsa system. So this will remove the autocracy. So I'm gonna lose the crown power. Unfortunate. How much of crown power do we have already? 29. But this is absolutely worth it. Cabinet seat and efficiency of the cabinet is great. I'm wondering what the the Royal Inspector is doing. It's a cabinet action. Look, it's a cabinet action which gives max 30% max control. That's kinda nice, and we could use it like, locations with gold. In the meantime, see, there is content for Korea. Forbidding private armies is quite important because I can, for pretty much free, cancel the noble armies privilege from the nobility, which is decreasing their influence by 50%. And absolutely go for that because that's also centralization. 33 of centralization. So now we are, how much? 71 towards it. That's actually gonna help the regaining the crown power, both revoking the privilege, but also more centralization, because centralization gives the crown power, as you see. And that's nice. How nice the proximity is looking like. Actually, how about we try selling the Royal Inspectors in here? Because this is an iron province, this is a pepper province. Well, honestly, since it's giving faster growth of the controls, well, I could just keep swapping in between the provinces. And here you are, 1,000 of tax bases created in 1405. I think it's not bad. We are also slowly going towards 1444 of wealth. and the scaling continues. I'm kind of trying to invest up north more. You see, I'm building cities, I'm building valleys, especially on iron and silver provinces. By the way, look, that's how strong this province modifier is. Under controlling all of this. This is something you have to be very cautious about since the patch 1.2. So the traits of your advisors, the cabinet members. You see, one of my cabinet members is corrupt, which is an insane negative impact of my tax efficiency. And sadly, that's stats of my best cabinet member. Very unfortunate, but gonna go fuck off. Someone from the crown might be actually better. And wherever I have, you know, faraway ports, cities, I'm making sure that they have a city right of a staple port that is giving them the harbor capacity and maritime presence. Which helps with any maritime presence spreading, because obviously we don't have barracks, because we don't have institutions. And wherever I lose legitimacy, like for example from the urban rights, just go and perform a ritual to fix it. And just look how our control down south looks like with this cabinet action. Since I have shit ton of money, I'm gonna start investing in a bit more into infrastructure, like the granaries, which then help us with the food capacity, which then impacts the population growth. We are already at 3.1 million, and same irrigation is gonna help with even more food. I don't have food issues, but with more cities and towns, it might become a problem at one point. This is actually a pretty good achievement for that early in the game to have 1.1 thousand of base tax with 1.5 thousand of the wealth. So that's why our balance is so good, even though I'm not taxing that much. And looks like we got declared by Hankan. The Manchurians, all of them declared on us. They don't have any standing army, and they have combined population lower than ours. Well, how about we do a challenge and find one without a single levy? This is what I kept all of these forts for. With this great defense against Manchurians. It was more against Chinese, but it's gonna be useful here. Look how good the control is looking like with this swapping of the cabinet action, because it is dropping only 0.5 every month, while I am increasing that 5% every month. Oh, since I'm defending with the Russia's army, which could give him empowerment the cost of war exhaustion and give me some armies, but I don't need it. So they managed to gather a mere 30,000 of troops. What do you want to do with that? What are you guys planning to achieve here? Massive stack wipes? I can provide that for sure. You just have to remember that in this patch just still some might be issues with attacking with tool of morale. I'm not sure they fix it. That's oh, they're attacking us. No, don't go in there. Okay, they attacked me. That should be a crash, right? Why am I was initially losing more troops. But city losses are even. Yeah, remember, these are hordes. What? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I got stack wiped. I'm not gonna save scam this. I have to recreate the army now. Actually, I have to use levies. There's just too many of them, and I have to defend this fort at all cost. This is the war goal. I don't have to use all of my levies, but let's just use enough to crush them. This also shows my fort system is not perfect. I need one in here in the city for sure, but that's I think for the future. And I could even try, oh my god, winter. I could even try doing the city walls and the locations where I created the cities. That will help a lot. Let's see, is the quality really that much better as the hordes? Even not number that much, they're gonna crash us. They are crashing us. Cut them hordes. I guess it's a true experience. Well, I'm pissed off. Let's get all the levies. That was probably a rookie mistake to not use on day one. At least they are down to 8,000 troops. Okay, so I killed most of them. They have more losses. It's a pain, but I killed most of them. So I will just start taking the initiative in the war because they are out of the armies. At least they did not have anything to refuel the garrison with, so can rush down. Can I rush down my fort back? Come on, there's one person. The one heroic Manchurian is protecting the fort. And I cannot take it over because I don't have morale. This is actually silly. That shouldn't be like that. This is actually silly. I have to split that army and get this army some food. Because without food I cannot rush down. 0 people protecting the fort. So I would expect if nobody's protecting, it goes down. This is just hilarious. I think just why I pitched that war, but it was so unnecessary. 26,000 people died on our side, 27 on their side. Come on, don't do that again. Go after the Chinese if you want to fight so much. The commander poet, so Kim Jong-sol, will join the court, which is quite a good artist. If there's anyone that knows the Korean history in the comment section, guys, let me know who this guy is, who is he famous for. I'm sure at least one person will know him, right? Look at this, guys. Northern Yuan Empire. These leftovers from the old empire. How are the institutions? Okay, it is in India, at least the Renaissance. The trade range. I don't have much of it. With this whole cabinet thingy, my average control is already up to 50%. Crown power up to 37%. This is actually starting to give me positive modifiers instead of the negative modifiers. The whole migration, my capital already has 218,000 of population and 164 of wealth. You know, my exploration is ongoing towards Alaska. I got Kamchatka discovered and I'm actually gonna start colonizing this already. Not touching Manchuria, all my colonization will be around here and towards Alaska. This is actually one of the most OP events that, if not the most OP events that Korea is having. Hall of Warfis, which is giving the modifier of the same name for the cost of 14,000 ducats. I'm gonna take a few of loans, but at the end of the game, I'm gonna get 0.10 flat. I think that might be the only, if not one of the few, flat research progress modifiers in game. So instead of 0.9 of research progress a month, I'm getting already 2.07. Just maybe because I was temporarily spending more on stability, maybe stop that for a while so we can repay the loans we're about to take. Those 22 loans that they made us take, which is 80 ducats a month of interest. That was still worth it, even though I'm about to research everything I could research. It's still worth it. The institution will come soon. We can actually see that the Renaissance is growing 0.01% a month already. As soon as it's in China, it's gonna be fast because I maxed the hell out of the marketplaces. They're gonna bring the institution fast from China. Honestly, you should actually create another trade up north here, because you see there's not much of market access these locations are having. And well, it's either this or this. Well, in the middle of here would be actually better. I need to create a city around here. Well, how about we actually, this would be best, but they don't have enough population. It doesn't hurt still. Let's do it in here. That new market in here, I don't think it's gonna change that much, because I'm not really doing much around here. Let's take a look. 1397 of the base tax, and after the month tick, 1407. As told you, not much, but long term it's gonna be useful. All of the available advances are done, and the institution's not here yet. Actually, my development in the capital is growing crazy as hell. 0.05 every month. This means I grow more than half development every single year. So in 100 years, I'll be at half development? Am I right? Oh, of course, a hunting accident. In the meantime, we already have 420 of positive balance. That's even though I'm still paying some of interest. Now see how fast the Renaissance is growing, that China has it. And I'm trading so much with China. Oh, Suwon, I know that name from somewhere. You know, I have a full-time job and I work for a SaaS company, and one of our biggest customers is Samsung, which HQ is in Suwon. So often when you talk about Samsung HQ, don't say Samsung HQ, you just say Suwon, and everyone knows what that is. Look how crazy just swapping that cabinet action is. How much control I have here. Here it already dropped in the meantime, but I'm trying to move north is high. Ginger is getting 4% of Renaissance every month. My capital is having 7% every month. You can also see we're almost 100 years late towards Europe with the institutions, and that's so much better system, at least more historical than what EU4 had, when you could just click the dev button to get the institution faster. Some of you also asked me to go and form Joseon. It's just, from my understanding, it's just the tag, the dynasty change name, where we've got the coup of Goryeo here. But for that, I would need to let the coup win, and for the coup to even happen, I need less than 20 legitimacy and less than 10 stability, which you can assume is not gonna happen. I'm not planning to do that. I can't wait for the H3, where we'll be having, I love to see these events, the Gingyeon Daeon, which requires me to have oh, that's why you want the Joseon. Because it unlocks a Joseon code policy that gives 10% proximity speed and centralization. And just probably that's something I should do. You should do early game rather than late, like mid game, as I'm in already. I was so far only like constructing the bylifes, when you okay, this is gold, this is silver, this is gems. Let's build it here. And now I have so many of urban locations. I'm gonna push a bit more towards more of the bylifes. Like you see, this silver province did miss it, this gold province missed it, this pepper province did miss it. To maximize our control everywhere. Anyway, we almost doubled our base tax since the start of this session, just 28 years, without any expansion, but we are still far away from China. If I don't pay for the stability, I already have 500 balance, but since I have so much money, I'm investing to get my stability to 100. This is crazy, but the population here, the growth, mainly from migration, is 1,000 every single month. Can you change the name of this? I could. I'm sorry, my brothers from Korea, I have to do that. Kaesong, it kinda sounds like Krosno, doesn't it, my Polish brothers? City of Krosno is gonna be the city of the world's desire, especially that it already hit 200 of the base tax. And finally we can embrace the Renaissance. This is gonna cost me 27 of stability, but I don't care, I just needed anything to research already. And we will gonna focus on getting the possible guarantee form, a cabinet seat. Confucian Academy is literacy, let's take it. Also the cost of the court, universities will be everywhere. A crown power, rights of nobility, all these things are very useful. Local council for sure. I actually don't need this, especially this two. This might be useful, but these two are not really useful if I'm not expanding. So instead, let's get the chancery, and from this I also don't need anything. No, I told you, yeah, I'm not gonna go after Manchuria. Well, Chinese are not saying the same. Another cabinet seat. Let's see if there are any associated values I could impact with this. I think capital economy is totally doable. Yes. Change associated values, capital economy. Yes. We can push much farther. Let's even go and get this guy head of the cabinet. That should boost our economy even farther. Wait, do I have 2 corrupt cabinet members? I do. Minus 20. We have to catch the corrupt guys and get them out. And, oh no, the corrupt guys have the cabinet. Skill issue. Could banish him, but that's 20 stability. This is actually useful. 20% tax efficiency. Come on. What the hell was that? Yeah, now that's fixed. There goes the Confucian Academy. Again, progress towards synthesized is great because that's the research. But more importantly, the max literacy and promotion speed of the pops. This is expensive, but we'll have more than enough money. I actually have to stop building buildings in our capital because I am beyond the limit of being in this level, which doesn't mean I cannot build more, but it increases their cost. But more importantly, the migration attraction, which I really need to get this to 400,000. But yeah, the universities, again, I don't think I'm gonna spend even all of our money. There goes Age of Discovery. I could go for the other focus, which is efficiency of the cabinet, pop conversion, promotion speed, assimilation. But I think I'm gonna go for the Diplo focus, because this is generally helping with colonization. And since you guys requested me to go to the New World, we'll go for the Diplo focus. And we'll pick the Gandhi form as promised. So I could go for the Admiralty regime, but I'm pretty much 100 towards naval already from the events and parliaments. It doesn't make sense. I think I'm actually gonna go for the Royal Commissions, which is efficiency of the cabinet and centralization, or simply more cramper. Yeah, let's just take that. Hegemons are here. How far away in all of this? Well, we're not even a great power to start with. How far away we are from being a great power? 107. Okay, so we are about to become a great power, looks like. There goes education of the elites. So on one hand, I could get more literacy for everyone because of noble satisfaction. There's no other hand. I'm just gonna pick it. Even if it means these guys will not be taxed at the maximum. Look how fast my cultural influence is growing now that I am building all these universities. And I will overcome Ashikaga. And there goes Rise of the Nobility that we just spoke about. Well, I'm not gonna curtail them because this is not gonna give me much if I don't have enough of satisfaction from them. I think I'm actually gonna take this to increase the satisfaction because it's a very small cost in the power of them. Institutions are super cheap because I've got them spread in most of the country. Let's take both for great power score and the monthly research progress. So this is 2.28. And here we'll be surely great power soon. Yes, there we are. Now, are we on we're on track from getting the cultural one, economic one. We are second and actually not so far away from Wu. Military one, I'm not even trying. This one, not really trying, but we're close and we don't have any heavy ships. Local council is a new building to 1.2 patch, which gives not only local crown power, but more importantly, max controls. It kind of replaces the temples, which no longer give max control. And I once again have money to put it in every single urban location. I actually had barely enough money to do that. And here are a cultural hegemon. I could actually get rid of the Manchurian culture up north thanks to it, and now that I have sound control, but you see I don't have much control, so it'll be still very slow. I'll leave that for later. Chancellor is also very useful because that beautiful building is giving, from my memory, efficiency of the cabinet. Let's go grab it, and I can move to the Age of Renaissance, but other trees, and see if there's anything that I should rush. I should rush docks and barracks to spread the maritime proximity. On the military part of the tree, we will focus on the armory. This is gonna help surely boost the production in the whole country, but also our turtle ships and our unique artillery. Even though I don't plan to fight, still it's some roleplay. Cannon maker, so we have the right buildings for the military, and in here we can move to get more maritime presence. Let's go for the counting house, rack paper, maritime presence. We have plenty of cities, also the Panlock Canal and max literacy. That's it. We are researching really fast. Dying Shogunate is an event where I could get the downsize Kazuzubai war declared on Ashikaga. Why? I'm pretty strong. I don't think this is a moment to do so, especially without a navy, so I'm gonna reject. Interestingly, Great Wu did not even unite China yet. They can field 1,000,000 of levies. I can field 50,000. It's time to further improve our proximity. The docks are unlocked. Take a look. This is my proximity before docks and the barracks, so before me spreading maritime presence. But docks themselves also give the harbor capacity, which do help with the proximity spread via navy. By the way, you see my trade still fully automated, but I have plenty of marketplaces. It's finally bringing some decent amount of money, 128 a month, while I'm paying around 50 ducats a month for their maintenance, so this is absolutely worth it. Not to mention that the demand that it's creating. New world is officially discovered. We can see Alaska now. Question is, can I colonize it? No, I don't have French yet, but as you see, I am progressing toward... Oh, I think this counts as a new world. Let's start colonizing it. In the meantime, we've got stuff to build. Armories is gonna be another source of manpower, obviously, to attack China sooner than later. But more importantly, of pushing our economy towards another level to maybe at one point surpass China. Because now that I'm building all this, there'll be demand the firearms, there will be demand for cloth. Just look at this. There will be demand for leather. A little bit, and there will be demands on weaponry. Let's start filling that demand already. Why the armories are being done. Oh yeah, discovered a new word. Here it goes. Gives me prestige, research, and 2,500. Not bad, but you see, I have plenty. And I'm just wondering if I need to pay for the, because that's a lot of money I can save by stop paying for the stability. Let's pay it, I have that money. In the meantime, I can actually already get the printing press. Look, we're on the, pretty much the first Asian to have it. Let's go embrace it. We are stacking that monthly research progress. Let's get it to 2.33. I only have 11 more advances to be taken in Age of Renaissance from what was important for us. Looks like the hordes up north, they want to fight again. How come? Honestly, that wouldn't make my borders bad if I took these guys and these guys. So I think we could take this war a bit more seriously this time. So how about I get definitely camp followers. If I'm about to go north, we need camp followers. And footmen to kick their asses. Look at the gunsmiths, there is demand for this. The firearms production, let's maximize this to also maximize our base tax, which is going towards 2,000. And oh boy guys, this is tough. I got one of my armies already wiped when I went a bit too far with sieging. And these battles, this one I actually won because I was defending, but overall it's really tough. It's really tough to get anything done. Maybe the moment when I started recording to show you, it's becoming a bit easier. But from like what, 8,000 armies that they had at the start of the war, or even 9,000, I mean, you see I'm down to just 3,000. Maybe this just shows how tough it is for us. But how about them? They are down to, they still have plenty. No mercy. No mercy to the Manchurians. It's time to start expanding for real. I think I'm gonna create like 1 or 2 big subjects up north here. There's no need for me to keep these trains, you know, we want to keep that average control high. Oh, these guys, Huiba, they are a bit of their fort limit. So they have minus 90% for defensiveness. Look how fast it's gonna go down. I think I'm not gonna be bothered anymore by the Manchurians. There's not many of them left. Oh, with this we are up to 4 million of population. In case if you were wondering, okay, does your development actually is visible on the world map? Yes, absolutely. Look at this area development, and especially the capital that is already at 66. Look at this, 2,000 the tax base. China, 3,600. Really, I'm the first one in the new world because I just started the Great Pestilence. But I started the Great Pestilence like richly one of these islands, I think. Yes! Now that I got everything from Age of Renaissance, let's go for Age of Discovery stuff. Literacy, I have to take it one way or another. There's another literacy here. Obviously the new building types, the rights for the towns and cities. I think I'm gonna go for the paved road, cabinet seat, and then we just go focus on the economy. So the new building types. Council holds, yeah, the more crown power and control. I actually kinda need everything from that age. Now that I got maritime presence organized, most of the sea tiles. This is how my proximity looks like, and this is how my control looks like, with obviously me still leveraging that cabinet action. Look how beautiful it is. That's why the tax base is so close to the wealth. I think I'm gonna create second subject in here, because this is decreasing my average control. I don't really take any advantage from these locations. Now my average control is, yeah, 58%, which helps with the research progress. We were the first Asians to embrace the paved road fury. You see right now it is spreading. Vijay has it, Daviet, Chen, who does not, which helped us. Look at this proximity. Even stops doing the cabinet action, just too much micro, because my control is simply great without it. And same what is also great is the colonization. See, this is my colonies, I gave them to the subjects, and I discovered the new world. We are in Alaska, but there's a significant problem over here. I'm not sure why is this happening. Because normally, maybe they changed something, but normally when you finish the colony, the whole province, you had a choice, keep it for yourself or release a subject, a colonial nation. I don't have such choice, I'm just keeping everything for myself so far. But even though this is all for myself, with shitty control, my average control in the country is still above 50%. We're also embracing workshops, which allowed us to get to 2.8 thousand of base tax, and we have plenty of manpower. We'll be preparing that manpower to go and crush Wu. Just before I do so, I want to go and unlock the new unit types in this age. I'm just really seriously thinking if we should go after Ashikaga before I go after China, because Ashikaga is much weaker. No standing army, plenty of levies, and I've prepared myself with a few galleys and plenty of transport ships. I think we need to prepare a bit more of galleys. I have a bad feeling about this, but let's declare that war. This is gonna be totally fine. My entire standing army is in here. I have empower to create more back home if they try to land there, and I feel like they will be trying to land there. Let's see. They have 16,000 of standing armies already. I'm not sure if these guys are loyal. Oh my god, so many forts. That's why I also build the forts on the coastlines to defend me. Actually, navies together it's big, but still smaller than mine. But if you split them, it's small, because I was a bit worried about the ships and I stopped patrolling the sea to keep the maritime presence, but I think we should not be afraid. You see, they're trying to land. Let's see. They landed. I should destroy their transport ships so they have nowhere to come back to. Let me just recruit what? 4,000 of standing army to deal with this kind of guys. Oh, look. This beach is so nice. I should not micromanage. Let's just do defend coast. A new local governor was unlocked. This see, have one here, one here. Something north or here would be useful, but you need a city for that. So it could be Andong. Currently having 39 of proximity. Or it could be Hamhong, 38. Or one of these two, 26, 24. This one is better because it's the middle. Let's take a look again. Yeah, let's do here. Oh shit, guys. What the hell? Who could defend northern Japan? Entire Japanese nation is defending it. And since I attacked on -3, the loss is actually not that bad. I will keep that battle until one of my lines break. It should be before them. In the meantime, you're doing nice damage. But yeah, that's not a good battle that we took here, because that's gonna be war score that we're gonna lose. 7%. Oh yeah, we'll have to be more strategic with the next try. Well, if you guys want to protect the north so much, just gonna go and land south. And to be exact, next to Kyoto. And some of the disloyal subjects already would like... Oh, no. Kitabatake is the shogun. I almost answered that. They keep suiciding into my navy as well. Because of that, I already have 76 of the transport ships. It's mostly the fishing boats. I have to get rid of them after the war. Besides new unit types, I will need training fields to fight the Chinese. And as you see, I am prepared to build them. 20,000 spent on these buildings. Let's see how much war scum I will get for winning a battle, because I'm sure I'm gonna win in Kyoto after taking it. I guess it's not gonna be as much. Oh, it's actually as much as I got lost before. And from the war itself, I want to clear the borders up north. Plus take some islands here and there. I'm not even looking at the antagonism. I'll not try to minimize it. Perfect. Just in here, make sure to cede all these provinces to my subject. While the islands I was showing you, I'll keep them for myself. Now that's a truly green Goryeo with that governor up north. And now capital already hit 80 of development. Really nice, near light speeds. We gotta prepare to fight with the Great Wood. I had 21,000. But my friends, we've got 40,000, and I'm gonna get much more for the war. It would be hard to become military hegemon, but I do have 115,000 maximum power prepared. Something bad happens to the Great War economy, because while the tax base is the same, their income dropped, so I actually became an economic hegemon. So right now we have 3 hegemonies, 2 hegemonies are in hands of the Mamluks, and 0 in the hands of the Chinese. Since we've hit over 5 million of population of our own culture, and we can become an empire with just yet another governor, culture's capacity, a cabinet seat, which all should be useful. I'm actually not so sure about the governor, because I think right now the governor is already on the kingdom level. So we take a look in here, modifiers, and we are already on the limit. Kim Il-sung! I think that's a historical one, right? 100 stats. Beautiful. One bad news about them not being a hegemon is that I don't have the contain the hegemon casus belli, but I do have claim mandate of heaven that gives -50% cost of the taking the locations. This part of the trip pretty much finished. I can move to the left part of it. From our own, we've got the raw materials output, but that's colonial policy. It doesn't give me possibility to create colonies. I will prioritize the proximity cost with maritime presence, but then Mercury Patio and silver output. Then price of the burgers. And that's where we should be finishing the campaign. And we are fine looking outstanding compared to China in terms of the literacy. You see the cities are around 60, the rural locations are around 40. With the foreign cultural law, I can increase the maximum tax for the peasants. I think this is by far the best. I don't need the culture's capacity. Anyway, since I'm hitting the manpower cap, it's time to build the third stack in here. Same 10 heavy infantry, 10 heavy cavalry, 4 artillery and 3 supply units. And this should be enough to beat Wu that has 1.2 million of available levies. God damn it, guys, Chen is actually having 2.2 thousand of income now. It looks like Wu is having issues with Jizu. 1v bazillion he's winning. And yeah, let's go and declare the war. Anyway, my goal for the early stage of it will be to separate piece Xinjiang. I'm just hoping they're gonna be called in. They'll not be called in, because in that case, I should think about getting CB on Xinjiang separately for the parliament, which is next month. Perfect timing, let's start paying for the army. Let's see their army. They have 1.2 million. But not much of standing army. Let's just make sure to hide our navies. Return to port. Return to port while at war. Yes, don't move anywhere. And this is not even a full annexation, just, you know, getting some nice borders up north. And these certain locations I can even keep for ourselves. These are not bad borders. Now with this Casus Belli claim, and to go for the capital. Oh my god, that's not a hard one. Ga-or-you. I might have trolled myself with this CB. And I could go there via navy, so just in case I start paying for it. But there are not many forts on the way, so I would just go naturally through China. You see they are around here already. If I get access for these guys, I'll be able to help, but they'll not give me access. Oh, yeah, the smallest Chinese conflict has started. Let's take a look. Yeah, we'll be crushing them, but the question is there a million levies gonna win, or my 120,000 of manpower? We'll find out the answer. And they keep attacking, so it kind of feels like the Chinese game, like the gameplay from EU4. They just have even more armies in this case. We already killed 170,000 of them, 10-1 losses on average. And even though kill so much, they still have 1 million troops. They are goddamn everywhere. So just not fast enough reinforcing my troops. But yeah, they're still the back. If their morale is low enough, you can wipe anything, even if they have bigger stack. So we wipe 126,000 troops. Or how they call it, literally the smallest Chinese skirmish. It looks like they're gonna finally win a battle. Or maybe not. We've killed 18,000, we've killed 5,000. They've reinforced, yeah, nicely. So they are actually winning that one. Although they've lost much more. Oh, whoa, 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 did they wipe my stack? They wiped my army! Kurewsko niedobre nowinki. We have to build more. But that stack costs 21,000. Well, actually you have to take a few loans to get it completed. So they push me back to Korea, which means I cannot get the war goal, but I am killing more and more of them. They have around 200,000 troops around here, attritioning. Let's go in with one stack. This time it will be me actually reinforcing. Let's go with the second stack. Not sure if these guys will be on time. Most importantly, the first stack was on time, so no reinforcements will help here. Let's follow up killing these guys now. You know, if you're wondering why your game is so small, that might be one of the reasons. It is just China managing under a million of the troops to get killed. Oh, did I get back my stack? I think so. These are my troops. We got them back. Just consolidate. I don't need that many of units. You know what? I will use that recovered stack to go and invade the island of Jeju that many of you are requesting me to take. And where I think I'm at the point when I crush them, I can just go fully siege down. I get too far into their lands, I lose too many troops, I lose a battle and have to go back home to reinforce the standing armies to come back here again. And we just keep going like that with 1.2 million losses on their side. Oh, and my stack ran away from here to here instead of here, so they stack wiped it. Reminder, that stack was worth 20,000 ducats. And they pushed me back almost entirely from everything that I sieged down. Like, out of nowhere they started coming with troops again. This I regained my stack again, but a tiny little bit of it. Worst part about the war is war exhaustion. See, my population growth is very slow down and my morale is also very small because of it. And I know I could probably just use mercs to break it, but it doesn't feel immersive to use mercs in this situation. How is the Wu economy while at war? I decreased it a little bit, but it's not really impacted. Oh boy, this is the other thing I can take from them, unless I take Jeju, which costs 9 war scores, so it's not really worth it to take it. But I know it was an important location for a guess, so I'm gonna take Jeju plus these locations for good borders. Whew. What a war, guys. The smallest Chinese skirmish with 1.6 million troops dead on both of the sides. We piece this out. They're not gonna be too happy about it. I don't care about the antagonism. And the Goryeo Empire will be growing. And honestly, I'll core everything myself. Just make sure to re-establish the trade ships to patrol the seas. And as you could probably notice already, they are not doing that in the new locations. I will build a separate navy to take care of it. Worst part is I can't release anything in the new world. And this is dragging down my control, which should be like 70%, not 35%. And you know, since 1.1, you can't release a custom subject. You know what I could do? I could just simply feed everything into these guys. And you know what? That's what I'll do. Even if it's gonna take ages, that's what I'll do. I'll not hurt myself because the game doesn't know how to raise the subject, or it's maybe a skill issue and I don't know what changed in that patch to create a colonial nation. Because now with this updated, look that our control is up to 46%. I still have these few locations, plus obviously the newly conquered one. So yeah, let's see what I can do. Look how my population just skyrocketed immediately to 8 million from what I had 5.5. There goes Mercury Patio. It gives 100% output of gold and silver. So I'm gonna target of all of my gold and silver locations. Usually problem with this is you need to fulfill the employment to get an effect from Mercury Patio. And at least, yeah, looks like, well, in Asia, so there shouldn't be a problem, because in Europe you often just don't have peasants to fill it in, or laborers. Was it peasants or laborers actually? Let's take a look. Yeah, laborers. With increased maritime presence, slowly, you see already how we'll control the proximity spreading, and I'll be creating, I think I'll be creating a local governor here, but we'll see. So look, this is already 155 of base tax of wealth in that location. And Mercury Patio is still only 70% locked. For Mercury Patios, as well as the advance for the iron output, we are at 4.1 thousand base tax, just behind Wu. And in the money, you see we are on the level of not even the Chinese, the Mamluks. And I'm making so much money I can actually spend 300 a month for colonization. It should definitely not be that that cheap. Even though I was so behind with the technologies, I already have over half of them completed for that age. While there's still 20 more years to go. And let's move that governor in here to Lutai. There's 43 of proximity, so it is not bad. But, and not sure how better it's gonna be because I'm spreading through my maritime presence nicely. Well, let's see if we can get it better once it becomes a city. So why it is becoming a city, I'm gonna ping it in G9 here. And that's the updated proximity of the governor build. I think it was worth it. We've lost obviously a bit here, but we've gained a lot here. It's time to grab all the hegemonies as the finisher of this campaign. So first of all, let's grab the deeper rep from this. This is gonna give me the deeper hegemon. Then I'll have to build 55 heavy ships. So let's create a template for them. Which one is the heavy ship? Karak. 55 of them. Which is gonna cost me 11,000 ducats. So here I have much more. Just remember that I could easily have 1500 of positive balance if I wanted to. Guessing the economic hegemon is not even close already. Finally, for the military, I'm gonna build another 2 stacks to become the hegemon there as well. In real peace, I can't really anything interesting with the new world colonies because I don't have the colonial nations. I just doing that simply to have high average control. Let's look at it. And my average control is at 62%. To make it look nice at the end, I will also go ahead and request additional taxes. So now we are having 2000 of positive balance. But if you know, if I did this, we could have 3000 of positive balance. And we're not ending yet. We have one more hegemony to take. There we go, and I actually did not notice that I was missing the achievement that required me to be inevitable to have all the hegemonies. So I just unlocked it. Happy me. All of them. Still number 2 great power after Wu, but yeah, it's not surprising. They have 68 million of people, I have 8 million of people, but this looks really good. Let me show you around the country. 5.3 thousand of base tax, 2000 of positive balance. This is our proximity. This is our control. The roads, markets, literacy, and towns and cities. You see how nicely urbanized back home is, with everything being pretty much cities. That was an urban location. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to check our quality maps, store strategy maps.co. We've got over 180 maps already waiting for you, including 1337 and 1444 maps.